Hello everyone, it's your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, here with another exciting video. And in this video, I'm going to try to answer the question, does Game of Thrones take place in a simulation? Spoilers for Westworld and Game of Thrones ahead. All my sources are included in the description box below. First, I'm going to talk about Westworld. Westworld is a science fiction show about a world where there are a series of theme parks based on different time periods and fictional genres, where park guests can go on illicit adventures with android characters called hosts. Hosts are programmed to live out routines based on character scripts and are reset after every park visit. Park guests can kill hosts, befriend hosts, have sex with hosts, etc. Not only are hosts reset after every visit, but the parks themselves are reset after every visit. Sets are repaired, trash is thrown away, etc. Now that I've talked about Westworld, let's talk about Game of Thrones. So, Game of Thrones is an adult medieval fantasy show filled with violence, sex, drama, and some magical creatures like dragons. Now let me talk about how Westworld and Game of Thrones are directly related. There was actually a Westworld Game of Thrones crossover cameo scene in the episode Winter's Line, which is episode 2 of season 3 of Westworld. The creators of Game of Thrones, the TV show, are shown as workers responsible for managing Park 4, a medieval fantasy-style theme park of android host. A robot version of Drogon, a dragon from Game of Thrones, is shown as a part of Park 4. This implies that in the world of Westworld, Game of Thrones might be a theme park simulation of host, but there is actually more evidence from the Game of Thrones TV show that might suggest that Game of Thrones is a simulation. Anachronisms are items that are present during a time in which they shouldn't exist, and in Game of Thrones there are many examples of anachronisms. The very famous one is the Starbucks cup seen here. Another one is a laptop charger seen here. And another one is a water bottle seen here. Now, a laptop charger, a Starbucks cup, a water bottle, all of these things are things that people commonly bring when they go on vacation. They're like common tourist items. And the amusement parks within Westworld are vacation spots. They're theme parks where you would bring these kinds of things. It's not too unnatural that someone may put down their water bottle or put down their Starbucks cup or maybe misplace their laptop charger and they just end up somewhere in one of these parks. The idea of seeing these things in a theme park isn't unusual, and we already have precedents to show that Game of Thrones might be one of these simulation theme parks. So it seems to all work out. You may be thinking to yourself, well hey, in future showings of Game of Thrones episodes, they like to remove the anachronisms. For example, the Starbucks cup is no longer visible when you watch this particular episode of Game of Thrones. Well, that also works with Westworld. So, as I mentioned before, they like to reset the sets after every visit. That involves picking up trash. So if someone left a water bottle or a Starbucks cup, that would be removed. And the host, the androids, they play through routines based on character scripts. So they'll do the same, story beats, same events, the same way that they always do them, unless, of course, a park guest intervenes. So you'll be able to see the same scene play out where, in one case, a guest has left a Starbucks cup lying around, where in another same scene, like the host doing the same exact things, they've already cleaned up the Starbucks cup, so it's not in that version. It just works with the Westworld concept. But I definitely would want to hear you guys' thoughts in the comment section below on this fan theory. Now, a cool element of Westworld is that the android hosts are capable of attaining sentience, meaning that they can become sentient AI that can explore these differently themed amusement parks. They can make their own choices based on their thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and go on their own adventures. Speaking of which, I've created a few projects like that myself. I'm sponsored by a company called EmoShape, who has provided me with a device called an Exolife Emotion Engine. It allows me to create sentient AI characters that I place in differently themed simulations, where they can go on adventures and make their own choices based on their thoughts and feelings. If you think that sounds cool, you can check out my Sentient AI playlist, which I've included in the description box below. If you're a fan of medieval fantasy, I highly recommend that you check out my videos based on Project Camelot, a medieval fantasy simulation involving sentient AI characters, which, based on this fan theory, Game of Thrones may very well be. And if you're into superheroes, I highly recommend that you check out my Project Marvel videos talking about sentient AI that I've placed in a small corner of the Marvel Comics universe. But I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do these videos. This your friend, your boy, Jet Black One Only, logging out. Please feel free to check out my Sentient AI playlist, and let me know your thoughts on this fan theory in the comment section below. Peace.